I did think that when we went on this journey that we might actually be talking to maybe some climate scientists, for example. So that's something I was hoping or imagining that might be part of the kind of trip that we would be talking to people who are measuring the environment and talking about the ways in which the environment has changed. So that, but I think you're asking me, like, what did I imagine this place to be different? I mean, I suppose when I think about Murmansk, I guess I did. I mean, there's a part of it that seems extremely affluent and sort of excessive in terms of lots of lights and energy, and it's very urban, like every other kind of large urban city, and it has this sort of darker kind of history that's still very present the minute you sort of move around, which is obviously through industrialization. I mean, I think for me, in some way, what I imagine, but what I've experienced is something that we actually would see playing itself out over and over throughout the kind of world, where you have these sort of almost a kind of one world that's which is a certain 19th century and early 20th century world of manufacturing, industrialization. Oftentimes even that's a kind of way of life that's disappearing. At the same time, we see what a friend of mine calls turbo capitalism, extreme forms of global capital entering into these spaces, and other things are being kind of produced, and we have these two different kind of almost historical moments coming, and yet these two kind of historical moments coming into kind of tension with each other, and it's a bit hard actually for me to read the significance of, like, to read the city. If I like, how would I read the semiotic codes of the city and understand what's happening? I can only understand in relationship to other places. In the UK, we have similar kinds of places where, in relationship to the decline of the coal manufacturing, or in Canada, where I'm from, primary resource extraction is still one of the most kind of primary ways that the economy of Canada is generated, through forestry, mining, and kind of fishing. And so at the same time, we see this kind of transformation within urban centers to a kind of information economy, but these worlds seem slightly incommensurate. Dark ecology for me was not, as Ari said, so much the unknown, but it was the sort of sinister side, like the kind of ecology, to understand the kind of like contaminated, polluted kind of environment. So sometimes when we hear the word ecology, we want to think about a kind of a healthy ecosystem. So I was really thinking about it more in terms of kind of sick environments. So the darkness was really kind of a malignancy, not so much the unknown for me, but thinking about the ways in which a kind of like a certain kind of almost like I don't know if not even dark in terms of condition of light, but dark in terms of a troubled time. Yeah.